Selby's time, breaking down the stories every view will unwind. From left to right we'll see the light. It's balance, we're chasing, no fighters fight. Good is Selby, talking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Good is Selby's here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Good is Selby, keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby, the combos you need. The combos you need. Insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby, keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby, the convo's unique. Curtis Selby, talking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis Selby's here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby, keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby, the combos you need. The combos you need. The combos you need.
Hail and well met, and let loose the dogs of war. We have with us again, returning previous panel member who had a fascinating talk about homelessness and now comes to us to talk about shadow banning, what it is, how it can happen, and the possibility that it looks like it is very likely happening to Toby Nixon. Here he is. Darkwoods Presents, Toby Nixon. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I can't complain. Who would listen?
Well, hopefully we got a few people listening, but very few maybe. But we got a few.
Yeah. I'm just saying. You know, that's my normal retort. You know.
No, I hear you though. There do seem to be not enough people listening, and not the people who are committing the things seem to be listening. We do have a few people in the chat. I'll say hello to them. Hey, look, Darkwoods is here. Lord, help us, Lord. John Ponterera, wonderful Christian human being, plays the guitar, sends me wonderful links. Don't know what I would do without him. John JPRPH1. This guy owes me money. Frickin' Curtis Selby. Frickin' shadow banning. Blankety blanks. And the faithful bird woman of YouTube, Connie Cleary. Check out her second channel, Fluff Chick Productions. And for now, we're caught up in the chat. But having said that, there is one thing I want to point out. On your channel, which I know you say you're not going to be streaming, but just in case, Admiral Teague is over there. So I don't know if you want me to tell him to come over here, or if you do want to try to dual stream, or what you would like.
Yeah. Tell him to go ahead and come on over here.
Okay, I will let him know.
Because it would just be too much technical stuff, and when you have a lot of technical stuff, it just doesn't work right. You know, there's many points of failure. You know.
Yes. Well, I mean, like I say, I don't want to make lame excuses, but I made the
Oh
mistake.
yeah,
of,
there's two people. There's
Woo!
two people over there.
Well, one of them's me and one of them's him. So
let me put the link in the chat over there.
okay.
I mean, I really should have thought about this like beforehand.
Well, I did some thinking, but I've just been running so hard at work, and then I came home, and I'll be honest, I crashed for about 30 minutes, and then I woke up and I was like, "Oh crap, stream!"
I see a Dan. I see a Dan, a Jew Dan in the chat. Curious contrarian, famous loudmouth Jew.
Oh man,
that's like a joke
Dan?
on his Discord. You know,
excellent.
That's like a joke on his Discord.
We're getting people coming in, and we've also got the wonderful and talented LDG at Free the Net, and somebody is trying to come on backstage. Do you know this? I feel like I should. This bear person that's backstage.
Let me look. I'm busy doing the link because you have to wait for the chat to freaking load.
Oh, do you want to bring on Curious Contrarian Dan along with us, or?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
And we'll bring on LDG if that's okay. We're gonna have a big freaking panel of people.
Well, I think you're free, right? I mean,
yes.
you don't. So we can have a limit of like 6 people.
Okay.
You know, so just keep that in mind.
Okay, we'll bring on these two.
Have everybody. Hey, Dan.
What's up, big dog? Hey, Curtis.
Good. I'm
about
to show some stuff. So, first of all, maybe I ought, since I already have this pulled up and I don't have to do anything weird, I'm going to show y'all what happens when I try to log into Facebook. All right?
When you what?
Try to log into Facebook.
Okay.
You know, share the screen. All right. So of course I've got my password covered up, you know. But like, you know, I have my browser remembering that stuff. So it's not difficult for me to put in the right password. So I try to log in.
Ooh.
Are you on a VPN?
No. I mean, I have a VPN. It's not on. I don't use it for just, you know, doing mild-mannered stuff on the internet. You know.
No such thing, but no, I hear what you're saying. Nothing's mild-mannered on the net, my
friend. We'll get more into that later. You know, whenever we talk about why I think I have this shadow ban. But like, look at this. It's freaking Russian.
It's Cyrillic.
All right. So let's translate this. Okay, let's see what they say. You know, we turned off your account. We checked your account and came to the conclusion that it still violates our community standards for the integrity of the account. You cannot request a new check of this decision. To find out more about why we turn off accounts, read our community standards. Now, this wasn't like I did something to put my account in jeopardy, like I put nudity or or any other thing like that. What they're saying is that they cannot check to see if I'm a human being.
You are
Yep.
a robot.
Yes, and they're
Bullshit.
coyly saying here, and I've heard it from these people, that I am a Russian bot. This is them being silly, you know, because they're saying that they cannot verify me. I mean, that's where this came from, and I was like, that's weird, because I connected my Google account to my Facebook.
Right.
You know,
yeah, mine is too.
and I bought things with my bank card on Facebook. You know,
Do you have more than one Facebook account?
I did, but that is not against the rules.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Now it is. When did this happen?
Yes. It's been a while. Facebook only allows you to have one Facebook account. If it even sniffs that you have more than one, it'll block you. It happened to my mother, and she didn't even know she was.
But I already
doing.
deleted that account, and whenever I did, and I was trying to get them to delete this account, that's whenever this happened.
It's funny. Facebook says that. Can anyone verify that Zuckerberg is human?
Wait, you're trying. Wait a second. You're trying to delete this account?
I was trying to delete this account.
Well, it's gone now.
I understand
have to worry about that.
The information may still be there. They may still have that information, and that's what I want.
No. There's not if. There's no if. They do always. Period. Yeah. End of story. That's never going to be a satisfaction. Like
that. Well, no. It is actually the law that you can request to have all information.
Yeah. You know what else Facebook's known to do? They create profiles for people that don't even have them based on other inferred information from other people around them, like your kids, your relatives, etc. So no, they never delete any of it, dude.
You got to remember.
I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that there is a law that they have to do that.
Yeah. But here's the part, and here I'm making an interesting point. Listen to what I'm going to say real quick, and I don't mean no disrespect at all. There's a reason why the internet starts with www. Okay? If America wants to hold their laws accountable, America would create a US dot. But they didn't.
Good
the
point.
reason why www exists is because that's international waters. Laws do not apply. Okay? www is World Wide Web. It's international waters. If the United States wanted to create a US dot, then they could enforce those laws on a US dot. But they don't. If you're on www, there's no borders. When you log on to a www, the guy in Russia is your next door neighbor. Everybody is your next door neighbor when you're on www. There is no borders. Now, they can say there is, and you could think there is, and they can try to say there's legislation against there is. But in reality, in the real world, the tech world, www is international freaking waters.
Okay.
Now,
I'm not going to disagree with you, but I am going to cut you a little short. And
my doctor did when I was born. Go ahead.
I'm an information systems architect, and you may be right. I won't disagree with you on this. But if you want to understand the internet, before it was ARPANET, it was DARPANET.
Yep.
And its sole purpose was to verify the identity of the sender to the receiver. And that sender had to be the president to give an order for an atomic missile to be launched.
Yeah, it was military. Yeah, but
that's the exact purpose of it. And people kind of don't understand that. All the ATM relays on the internet that were first there from whenever they turned it over from DARPANET to the educational system, which was one of the first things that they did. And then they released it as like an interconnected network.
Yeah. And that's when it changed.
That's whenever it
Like,
changed.
it literally changed. Yeah. Yeah.
So like what you're saying, about it being www and for international waters, that doesn't, there's nothing that I have to disagree with that, and I'm not going to disagree.
It's the way it is. But the thing is that the people just didn't realize that www meant anything, and it was so it would take too much work to create a US dot. So they just said, fuck it, we'll just do www. It's a global standard. And then browsers started making it so like kids today, they don't type in www. Who types in www anymore? Okay,
No,
if you're a new guy, the browsers but the browsers are coded to add that on the back end.
HTTPS.
You can type in google.com and it automatically adds the protocol.
The interesting thing about this system that has sprung up, in all these years, was that you could already communicate with computers before they had ARPANET. You didn't need all of that new network technology. You could just use a modem and call up another person with a computer, and if the phone number was right, they could just pick it up and put the phone receiver on their modem. And there was nothing that you could bear.
It was more peer to peer. It was more peer to peer. You had to connect to like a server that had
the lines. You would be able to listen to that. But other than that, there was no free tapping. There was no ATM relay that monitored the signals, because normal plain old telephone system, the POT system, does not have those normally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's probably there are a few, but I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen it, but I mean, because you can tap it, and they probably have, those sorts of systems in place. But it's mostly most of what we hear about, as far as wiretapping are places like Sprint, which has a back end, and all they have to do is demonstrate that they are a police detective or other law enforcement investigator, and they give them their name and their badge number, and they give them an account on this back end. And on that back end, you can listen to people's calls live. You can listen to the calls that they have recorded. You can look at their text messages. You can send text messages.
This was before landlines, because landlines were protected, and that's why the government made the move to have companies get rid of landlines and go digital, because now the what do you call that? The what's that act? The 9/11 Patriot Act and all that crap.
Patriot.
Right.
Yeah, Patriot.
Yeah, it gives them access, and they can do that. But landlines, they cannot tap, at least not legally. They can't legally tap it. And if they do anything on a landline, if you still have a landline, you could fight that in court and make it inadmissible. But now everything's digital. I mean, even phones, even when you get your internet cable, your phone line connects to the internet cable, your cable modem. That makes your phone line now a digital line, not a landline, so they can listen in on it. But there's ways around that, and that's what I'm trying to do with Prometheus. I want to turn every device into a 4D Enigma machine. So even if they're listening, all they're hearing is something that they have to try to break. There's a way back to privacy, but nobody wants to do it because they don't know how to profit off of it.
Can we put a pin in that?
Yeah, sure.
While we're going for further with this subject, you know, yeah, I appreciate you. Anyway, so I'm going to here. Let me give Curtis Selby a minute.
Yes,
it's
sir.
his show.
Yeah, essentially, I mean, you're the subject expert. LDG is also a subject expert. All I really know is I have had times when it's been odd that I couldn't sign on to something, or like with YouTube, I've talked to both of you about this, that, I would have people telling me, oh man, I'm watching your stuff all the time and I really love it. But then the hours would just, creep up. And it seems like recently that stopped. It's gotten to where my hours are moving up a little closer to what it seems like they should, based off the feedback I'm getting from people. But I do think that there is such a thing as shadow banning.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, there is. But I'm sorry. I'll let you continue.
That's it.
I know quite a bit about the algorithm as far as a lot of that stuff goes.
There's different types of shadow banning, and this is what the people who talk about shadow banning don't mention. There's different types of shadow banning. Like, for instance, on Twitter, I pay the $9 a month for Twitter. Fuck me blue, right? Sorry.
That's
and I pay for Twitter Blue, but yet when I try to boost a post, instead of telling me, sorry, you're not eligible for boosting a post for X amount of reasons, it just says Twitter. And it's funny too. It doesn't even say X, right? Oh, God forbid, Mr. $45 billion fixes everything. It says Twitter refused your connection. Oh. And when I looked it up, it's not refusing my connection. I am being shadow banned. It's a form of shadow banning. I've been outspoken about the government and freedoms and this and that, and Twitter has marked me as a bad guy. So it doesn't want me, even if I'm saying, here, shut up and take my money and boost my post, it doesn't let me do it, even if I'm paying for blue status.
How do you boost your posts?
When you create a post and you start typing, on Twitter, you can add advertising like Google ads, like just YouTube or YouTube promotions. So when you go to Twitter and you start typing, you'll see a boost button show up, but you have to start typing to see it, or else it's invisible. And then you click it, and you can add money to your wallet, and you can say, I want $200 for this post to be seen. That's what I'm saying. It's not even free speech anymore, because a free speech, there's five requisites for free speech to happen online, and one of those requisites is the freedom to reach. Right,
I don't
the
even
freedom
have
to
that
express yourself, and the freedom to be heard, your expression to be heard. And today, it's all money. You have to pay for the impressions, pay for the ad space. I say ad space, you think of advertisement, but really, when you go on YouTube and let's say you go on YouTube and you type in, anything. You type in anything that you want to know. I want to know about drawing. Right, and you type that into Google, you type that into YouTube, you hit enter. All the videos that show up, that is advertising.
Yeah,
your video showing up on YouTube is advertising. It's not an ad. It's not something you got to click skip or whatever, or but it is advertising. Now, if you go to YouTube and you go to YouTube promotions, you can pay money and say, hey, show my video out to more people, and I'm going to pay you to do that, and let them have the choice whether or not they want to click your video or like your video or subscribe to your video or watch the whole video or skip your video or block your video or whatever the hell it is. It's all money today. And Twitter, all these platforms, they're all doing that. All the Eventbrite, Twitter, Facebook, you can boost a post on Facebook, Twitter, Eventbrite, YouTube,
yep,
Google, all of them. You pay money now.
It's all paid.
or
All
else, and if you don't pay, you get what's called so that this organic, right? The people use the word organic, right? Organic listing. Well, what these platforms figured out that they figured out what they can do is we can have a free organic and we can have a premium organic. You're still organic, but the people who pay will be organically found better, and it makes no freaking sense. It's just
all right.
it's one-sided capitalism.
I see that you have a lot to talk about. And that's good, but we have like a bit of a show format.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's okay. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Let me get caught up in the chat, and then if it's okay with the rest of you, let's let Toby Nixon, because he has a presentation to give, and I didn't mean to be unfair, but I hadn't actually intended to have a big panel, although I'm happy with it and okay with it. But, the original,
dude, you're nailing it. Curtis, you're nailing it, bro. I can't. You deserve
you.
So many more watchers, man. I'm telling you, I'm going to help you out with that
so
too.
Kind.
So we're trying.
Yeah,
you're too kind.
All the people that I watched
last night, Toby, about the same topic.
I'll shut up after this. But Curtis, like I watch quite a bit, and you're a fast upcomer, man. And I'm telling you, because you're only on free organic, that's why.
I know, and
I will make sure that I will make sure you're on my list of people that get some loving for that, because
God bless
you deserve so many more. If watching paint dry has 1.5 million views and 3,000 comments, you deserve to have like hundreds of people coming in just to check you out.
Let me interact with Admiral Teague here, and then if it's all right, we'll let Toby Nixon give his presentation. Admiral Teague saying hi. You are a bad guy, but you shouldn't be banned. And advertisement goes back to ancient Rome, at least. LDG. He saw the post, had to check it out. Isn't this just called the advertising? Admiral Teague says that this is Admiral Teague. I love LDG, but he is wrong. But he also has to respond that if he's nailing anything, shouldn't this conversation be on OnlyFans? I would suggest that me on OnlyFans would be tragic and sad. And lastly, Admiral Teague says, we can make videos all day. Someone's just going to pop a zit and blow our views away. And sadly, he's not entirely wrong, I think. But please, Darkwoods, I hope that you'll forgive me for basically doing something a little different than what we had originally planned. But what was your? Please present what the information that you have about shadow banning.
Okay, so here we are on your page.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link so that you can easily get over here, because whenever I get through making the comment, I want you to check and see
if it's there.
If it's there.
Okay.
So they make you sign in again.
Isn't that wonderful?
They, all this verification bullshit, it's a way to keep you out of it,
Yeah, it's gatekeeping is what it is.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to make a comment. All right.
Curtis is a big poo-poo head. Gosh.
All right. So now I'm gonna stop sharing. I think everybody can see that.
Okay.
And now go to that page and share your stream, and share your share it so that people can see that if it's there or not.
All right, let's take a look and see. I don't see it anyway.
Anybody else? I mean, because I dropped the link in chat. You know,
we saw it.
So
We saw you do
refresh the page, Curtis, because it
that's
might
probably
take a
smart
couple
too.
of seconds.
That's true. That's true. So far, nada.
Oh, not on this stream. The link that I put in the chat.
Okay. As far as the chat,
yeah, I just recognized it because it was mirroring your screen there.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But I still don't. I mean, if it's supposed to be over here, I'm still not seeing it.
Here, I'll drop it in a private chat.
All right. The private chat. Admiral Teague, I may have gone a bit too far in a few places. George Lucas. Oh, George Lucas, that wonderful, wonderful, sad man. He's not made of stone. He had to take the truckload of money and allow Disney to destroy his empire. Here, I'm going to stop sharing and then try it again. Will it show up? Oh, hey, that's the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. I promise I haven't had a drop yet today, but maybe I should have. All right, view it on YouTube.
You're definitely not as bad as my sister. Don't get me started.
Oh, Lord.
She lives next to a winery. Guess what?
No. Well, you know, until recently, I worked in the alcohol industry. I got plenty of free samples back in the day. But yeah, I am seeing.
No. That's not the right one.
Okay. Which is it on your stream that you posted that, or where? Go ahead.
It's the one entitled "Tired Blogger Interviews Darkwoods."
Oh. Okay. Let's try that again then. Tired
Blogger. It should be in there. I mean, like I see it. I can click on it.
Tired Blogger interviews Darkwoods. All right, let's go back in there.
See, this is why I declined to do the double streaming.
Oh, I understand. No, I do. And then now,
so present it. Show the screen.
There we are. There it is now.
It showed it. I'm surprised.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, it is weird what it will share and what it won't, and all too often, like I've tried similar things, and then
give me a second.
Sure
and
thing.
I'll look over here. You know, talk, Curtis.
I'll talk to the chat for just a bit while you do your thing. Admiral Teague, the real scam is the Boostify YouTubers. There are thousands of subs who give them single-digit views, and I have used that Boostify, and it's like you say, I would get lots of subs, and yet
it ruins your channel. By the way,
yeah, it did. Well, I mean, it did help. But
if you get subs that way and they don't continue watching, it makes the algorithm think your channel's shit, and they shut off all gain.
Exactly. That is what happened to me. I had to basically.
By the way,
I'm listening. Go ahead.
The Boosterfy, I have a strong suspicion that is the same company as they came out as they were called Creator. Create in the number 8 for the create.
Oh,
So
okay.
the number 8 tours.club.
Okay.
And then when they got asked how do they boost views, and then the owners didn't want to answer the question because obviously the answer was less than legit.
I got you.
And then a week
Oh
later,
yeah, I've seen that.
and a week later, this Boostify came out, and I got suspicious. I'm like, the website looks exactly the same, just different skin. And I checked the code, and the code, like the back, the source code behind the shit that you don't see, was a 90% match.
Wow.
They were using the exact same things they used. The odds of that happening are nil to zil.
Yeah.
No two websites have like a 90% match of the source code.
Well,
go
ahead. So go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I called them out on it, but unfortunately, people don't listen,
Right.
and they think people who are saying that the sky's falling, they think they're just nuts.
Right.
And I had a suspicion about that, and it seems like they're doing all the naughty shit. I would not use Boostify.
Well,
there's better ways.
Yeah,
of getting seen.
I don't use them anymore. I used them a couple of times just because, I don't know, because I'm ambitious, I guess, or whatever. But it did help get me subs. So if that's all you're wanting, and you don't care about the other stuff, then it's useful. But if you're wanting views, really not so much. And Toby's got something here. Let me share that. All right. What have we got?
Okay, so I made a comment on this video, and this guy is pretty funny, and people think that he's Uncle Pappy is Robin Williams. So I made this comment, and as you can read here, it's pretty innocuous. It's just about the divorce court claimed 100% of his lifetime earnings was the sole possession of his previous wife. And not just the money that he had already made, but all the money he was going to make and all of his property and everything. A lot of people don't know that, but
wow,
you can look that up. That's why he was slapped with a gag order. So I'm just saying, I mean, it's pretty innocuous. Like your child could read this. They might do some critical thinking.
Yes.
It's just I'm just saying how about
do you want me
to
look that up? Okay, Uncle Pappy.
No. Robin Williams is alive and well.
Robin Williams.
And go look at that, because we're checking to see if my comments are being seen.
All right. Alive and well. Okay, here's that. Oh, I think I do see your point here, if I'm understanding.
Present your screen.
Is it presenting? Yeah, there we go. So there's the video.
There's the video.
And there's no Darkwoods.
See, this is what I'm talking about. That innocuous comment is hidden by YouTube.
But they did let the one about all one big staged crap show. That one went through, but not yours. Interesting.
No, but I can go through. I mean, I've got my activity here pulled up. Let let me select one that's, you know, okay. Here we go. So share what I'm showing.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Okay.
I think.
So you see the comment right there.
There are no mom and pop farmers anymore, which is nearly true. It's most of them have been wiped out. The only thing there is large corporations, banks got all the farms. So you want me to look up Trump tariffs, American farmers?
Yes.
All right. No, I don't want to play it. I want to look something up. All right. I'll have to do it this way.
Admiral Teague, if the channel had deleted my comment, I wouldn't see it either.
You are aware that some of these people have auto moderation on, and they have to approve comments. I know that's an option in the YouTube Studio.
Okay. All right. So, which one of these videos do I need to be looking at here?
Trump tariffs, American, the one. Hold on. Look back at my share.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That one. Now switch back.
40. Okay.
Now switch back.
All right. So this was top 40 or something like that.
There's less words. There's like 4. Yes, there we go.
Well, farmers and ranchers, as if it was.
Okay. And you're not there. They all voted for him buying his lies. We're all going to suffer for it, but not yours. Which for this stream, I don't really care what people are saying. I'm just looking for you, and I don't see you. Interesting. Очень интересно.
Well, I mean, I could go on and on with this, but
right.
But you know, let's just assume that we could do that I could go through all my activity and none of it would show up unless it would be on your channel. You know,
right.
Let me ask you a question before we go on.
Yeah,
Curtis, have you seen any of my comments on your videos previously?
It seems like a few have come through, but it also seems like a lot of them don't. Like you'll tell me that you've commented on a video and I'll go look and there'll be nothing to see.
Yeah, that's one of the points that I want to make. You know, I'm banned on Twitter too, you know. And let me you know, I'm going to be honest because I make memes. Yeah, yes. You don't have to
okay.
share that anymore.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to be honest, you know, with my to show you like what. All right.
And while you're looking that up, Enigma Severus, hail and well met. He's asking, what are you up to, Curtissimo? And I am talking with a panel of people, specifically Darkwoods, but also LDG and Bear Jew, but I cannot remember because I'm a senior person. Anyway, we're talking about shadow banning. Enigma has been watching Fight or Flight. It's pretty enjoyable. And apparently His shoes are hurting his knees due to some sort of broken or worn outside support, and he strained his knee. That's not good. That's no good at all. Admiral Teague is wowed. He's asking if the blankety blank bots and AI crap talk bots also Boostify. I would suggest they use something. Boostify will screw your channel up. I know I don't use it anymore. I used it a couple of times. It was helpful to get subs, but not to get views. In fact, I struggled hard to get views after I used them. Admiral Teague just saw Robin this morning. Maybe the channel deleted your comment. And Admiral Teague has deleted a comment or two in his day, just saying. I got to admit, I have yet to delete a comment, but I don't always interact with comments that I don't like. I'm not perfect. So Toby's got something here. What have we got?
So, for years I made, memes. Just, everybody knows what memes now, but like whenever I started, nobody knew what the fuck a meme was.
Right.
It's legally a collage.
Yes.
And it's art. So, whenever I find, something out, I try to make something funny or something that people will remember, and it's just a meme, but but these
I love that one. If we could get rid of the Federal Reserve,
these hurt people's feelings. They do.
Yes.
And so I mean, a lot of this, none of them contain any sort of real I've had anything from copyright claims, and you literally, if you cut out something from like a magazine or several magazines, and you paste them on even just a white background, that makes that fair use.
Yes, according
to the law. But these companies are doing what the fuck that they want. They're controlling the conversation. Like they're insisting that this is a radical call to overthrow the government.
Arithmetic?
No.
Free speech.
No. What I'm sharing. Can you see that?
Yeah. You mean these particular memes? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I've got it. StreamYard, you need to work.
Right.
Because I've got Jesus, give me a second.
You're fine.
Nothing wrong with memes. All memes should be allowed.
Yeah, they're art. It would just be like
the platforms are not free speech.
Yeah.
YouTube isn't free speech. Twitter isn't free speech. No. Facebook is not free speech.
Discord is not free speech.
Definitely not.
Twitter
is not free speech.
I mean, I would blame the system that he bought. Was basically, we'll see what the government does or other entities do is they buy, they pay like Facebook, they pay them a bunch of money so that they can so that they can employ investigators or whatever you want to call from the FBI and whoever.
Never happened on my platform.
Wow.
It's never happening on Free the Net. That's it happens, but it shouldn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But they have like I would say Facebook right now has about 20 more than 20,000 of them working and all they do for their whole time is monitor Facebook. And then they have these other groups that they these other corporations and stuff, they just
They got AI for that now, so like half of them got fired. But yeah,
You guys
now they got
remember
AI. It's like
the tail end of COVID when Twitter files came out? You found out the feds were double dipping and working for those and through the social media company.
Oh yeah, so this is what I've got, the receipts.
Oh wow! Pay for online agitators.
Yep.
I made a meme out of a screenshot from their book. This actually is a book. You know, this is what they are. This is what they are paying them, and it's not just. This is just one company that we call, or one group that we caught. You know, this is just one of them. There are lots of companies that do this, that pay for online agitators. You know,
by lots you mean all.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's like it's part of the strategy now. It's like how they make money.
That's crazy.
You know, and I just want to remind everybody that me and Dan are both ethnically Jewish.
That's
so
true.
this is not like a personal, attack, on Jewish people. That's just who we caught, But you can see I was pretty critical of a lot of, and I made really bad jokes, like if you can see this one, this Russian model was found dead in a suitcase, and they assumed that it was Putin. So he says it was a fine leather suitcase. It should have been a knockoff.
Fine leather suitcase should have been knockoff.
Yeah.
The last president to take on the Federal Reserve.
You know how that turned out.
Who is that?
Oh yeah, you probably don't want to show that on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, probably not. First U.S. prison, Sweden's most secure prison. Interesting.
Yeah. Rules for thee and not for me. Just because CNN can do it over and over again doesn't mean
we
can't.
No, we can't.
I'm
when you are Satan's witch.
Yeah.
I'm helping FBI.
And that's a picture from Waco.
Waco. I have a book on that I need to read one of these days from one of the people that survived in the compound.
I was living in Texas whenever this happened. I was in high school,
Waking up naturally, waking up due to alarm clock, waking up due to noisy family members, waking up to the mostly peaceful, violent criminal mobs. Nice. The WEF wants you to eat this. A lump of human cancer cells. Ooh, that's disgusting. Whatever the Federal Reserve will just print more. Yeah, true. What do you need all this for anyway? Why are you so shocked? Did you really believe we were that stupid? Let me get caught up on the chat.
Yeah.
So, Admiral Teague, channels with 3,000 subs and no views look bad to the algorithm. which I can personally attest to that. Klingons, oh, Kapla, hail, and glory to you and your house, Mark Malnikov. Klingons don't shadow ban. A dispute on its highest setting does the job nicely. Admiral Teague, that's Boostify for you. And I will go ahead. Sorry. No,
it made me wonder, like, some of these communities where people have their beefs and personal crap with each other, if people do this to other creators to mess up their growth, buy them views and buy them subs.
I don't know about that, but I do think that the people who know how will program bots.
That is true, Dan.
Yeah. Mark Molnikoff is taking a break from the dilithium mines. Someday I'm going to play with my stream elements and get more of you guys promoted. But for now, I just have it telling you to check out Sci-Fi Mombi. Klingons have no need for shadow banning. A disruptor on its highest setting. Admiral Teague, I don't know about memes with a direct call to violence. It's a point. Any meme goes a bit too far in a few places. Admiral Teague, LDG, when are you going live on your primary channel? And how do I get some of the money? Sorry, go ahead.
Soon enough, guys. It's getting close. It's a minute before midnight for free speech.
Woo!
We're getting there. So close.
And Pat Evans is new here. Welcome. Hail and well met. We are discussing the topic of shadow banning. So let us know if you have any experience with that or if you have any constructive thoughts about shadow banning. Also, hello, hail and well met, DJ Ronnie G. Lurking while I get ready to go out. And Big Al Presents. Hello. Many wonderful creators in here. If I was really smart, I'd start promoting some of you people. I know DJ Ronnie G has some wonderful content. Big Al Presents has the 10-word review. Admiral Teague has all kinds of stuff, commentary, videos, watch parties. Check his channel out. And if you feel so led, become a member.
Lady B.
Oh, my. Speaking of Boostify, there's the most Boostified channel of all. DJ Ronnie G wants to try Boostify, but I also want to try to rough it and see how far I get first. And Lady V, the lovely woman of YouTube, and along with Connie Cleary, one of the great moderators. She's their smooth moderators. Pat Evans has had their phone do some weird stuff, and I know I have it. Mine has as well. And now we're caught up. So who wants to talk?
Let me close out here.
Yes, sir.
The memes they kind of speak for themselves. And I didn't show them all on Twitter or Facebook.
Right.
Some of these were just personal memes and
just something to laugh at when
something to bring attention to something.
Yes.
I want to make people think.
Right.
That's exactly. And if I make people angry, then at least they got the point.
Yeah. Often that's the case.
That's fear and anger are almost one emotion. They are expressed in exactly the same way. If you look at somebody in a state of fear, they will appear like they are angry, because the same things that happen to your body whenever you are afraid happen whenever you are angry.
Those same endorphins and chemicals. Yeah.
Yes. It's almost the same thing. So people will be afraid and then they will lash out.
Yes.
And I think a lot of this, has to do, like with people with a lot of power. I would say, that a lot of this is centered around the left, wanting, and not just the left, but
Yeah, the right does too.
with
Yeah.
me. This is because they are censoring people that are calling out their bullshit, and they can do it to everybody with a small channel, and do it, just like whatever. There's no pushback from people that don't have enough money to or for a lawyer.
Yeah.
And then you get, because these are private companies, you don't get anywhere. You don't, on these platforms, you really don't have free speech. And the
Yeah.
other thing is like we were talking about earlier, is you don't have privacy. Not only do you not have privacy, but you think that you are secure whenever you send a message to other people on Facebook or these various platforms. But
Got to read the TOS.
they
Yeah.
can there are people who will log in as you, or change your message as it's being sent.
Yep. Toby, Facebook, when Messenger came out versus the old DMs and Facebook, I think it's been years since I've been on it, but they actually own all the messages and stuff within your Messenger. So it's not even, it's like Snapchat, all these companies, if you're not using your
But they
actual
also
cell phone carrier, they actually they
like
own the IP.
these companies, these platforms also will get money
Yep.
for selling your posts, as but they will provide it to these. They kind of act like they're like Neighborhood Watch and stuff.
Yep.
There's a few of these like nonprofits around here, like Take Back Santa Cruz, that had this awful incident where some of the people in it, they were making methamphetamine, talk about the pot calling the kettle black or whatever, whenever you doing wrong, and then say somebody else is doing wrong for simply like talking or protesting or activism that they don't like.
Have you guys been following what's going on with Adobe and a bunch of these larger companies, soon to be
No.
Apple? This is something that everyone needs to scream about. Check this out.
Yeah,
Even if you're a large company,
let me finish. Let me
oh,
finish up. They make dossiers, and then they intentionally make them to where whoever they're selling them to, it sounds like an immediate threat to them. I mean, because the more information that they can get, and the more word salad that they can throw in there, the more valuable this information is.
I want to eat the word salad. Dun, dun.
So anyway,
Hey Curtis, I'm sorry guys. I hate to interrupt real quick, but I do gotta run. I gotta take care of some things here, and another person I gotta take care of. But if you want, Curtis, because you're talking about shadow banning,
yes, sir.
and how I cracked the algorithm, I put 2 of my videos in order in private chat. If you want to play those for people, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to.
Okay.
But they strike on how I broke the algorithm, how I got past shadow banning and the whole 9 yards. But there are pairs. Play the first one and the second one.
Okay. And YouTube won't ding us, hopefully?
I won't ding you. You're my content. I won't ding you. All my content is marked as Creative Commons, so you can use it all day long.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Hey,
Absolutely.
God bless you, LDG.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Love you, sir.
Take care, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful night.
What's your Twitter?
My Twitter is at I'll put it in private chat.
Okay.
At LDG_free the net. Appreciate all the love. Always great Curtis, thank everybody.
Thank
Toby,
you. You're so
Bear
kind.
Jew, y'all have a good night tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. All right.
care,
And again, you
LB.
can always find me at freethenet.org/underground. Come hang out and say hi to me. Later, guys.
All right.
Woo.
Thank you.
Can you hear me? Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Do you have any questions, Curtis?
I don't know if I have any truly intelligent questions. I guess mine is
No. You're a layman. There is no stupid questions.
Oh, I can usually come up with one, but my big question is, okay, I know we can't sue them, or at least it's not practical to do so. What can we do to protect ourselves? I mean, other than just swallowing our voices and just being submissive sheep, is there anything that we can do to not be shadow banned? And maybe I'm not. If you don't have the answer, I'm not. I get it, because I don't either.
If you're thinking outside, if you're thinking inside the box, then no. All of these platforms, they're connected. They're the people that work from the government and from other institutions. They're part of they're part of the same departments.
Gotcha.
That they really they really coordinate. And it's not just terrorists or anything. They're trying to silence people.
Yeah, that's what burns my hide.
That's what they're working for.
Yeah.
They're trying to scare. And it's there's a federal law. It's called gang stalking, but they won't because whenever there's this harassment and these things like that, campaigns that also go with this shadow ban. That's why I said, the money that I'm seeing, the people that I'm seeing doing it, they're connected with Nancy Pelosi. Now that may not be the only, because she's definitely got enough money to pay for all the harassment in the world.
Yeah.
And the money is coming down from there.
Yeah.
From there. And the money is being spent to break the law.
Well, they think they're above the law.
Yeah, they think that they're above the law because they think that they control the way things are prosecuted.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not part of the judicial branch. She's a congresswoman, and I would have all the respect in the world if for the last 10 years she had not just attacked our society, in so many different ways. Our cultural identity.
Yeah.
And that's really like, it didn't dawn on me like whenever I was in Arcata, and then and how I was elected to the city council there, and then whenever I went to college in San Francisco, and I organized homeless students, and things like that, and then I made a group that tried to fight back against the homeless criminalization in Golden Gate Park, and the powers that B did not like that. I was
No.
directly, I mean, it was nonviolence, you know, because I learned nonviolence techniques from, you know, like Earth First. And don't,
Oh, okay.
you know, we're not going to argue because I don't agree with certain of their tactics.
I understand.
But, you know, I do that, but that's where I got my nonviolence training. And
Okay.
you know,
I wish I was better with stuff like that, but
well, the thing is that, like, you know, these people are underhanded, and
yes.
they're basically cowards. You know,
Yes.
you point out something that they're doing wrong. Like I told you, you know, like Gavin Newsom, he's now the governor of California, but he used to be, you know, and the board of supervisors president for the county of San Francisco. And
Okay.
San Francisco is a city and a county. You
Right.
know, it's both of those things, but they don't really have a city you know, government. They have a basically like a county government. It's kind of weird. But like, you know, they did not like me at all telling them numbers and contradicting them, and, you know, showing them the holes in their policy, you know, making them, you know, by banning homeless people together. Not only did they have to, because, you know, I mean, this is like a minor thing, and I don't, you know, I don't condone, you know, just people like living on the street, taking drugs, drinking alcohol, and doing
Right.
nothing else.
Yeah. Exactly.
However, targeting the homeless for tickets to get rid of them is just like any other kind of profile.
Mm-hmm.
And especially whenever the courts have decided against what the police are doing, whenever they're going out and giving tickets, they don't have this background, um, you know, intelligence about, because, like, for instance, on Hippie Hill, now they probably have changed the law, but there are certain places in Golden Gate Park where you can drink alcohol.
Oh, I did
And
not
they
know
were
that.
specifically targeting homeless people.
Hmm.
And one of those places where you can drink is on top of Hippie Hill.
Okay.
So I went out and bought everybody a 40-ounce syrup of malt liquor
Okay.
and took them all the way up to the top of the hill whenever I knew the police were going to be coming around. And this was because there was a law firm that was um, you know, one of these like lefty sort of
Yeah.
law
Yeah.
firms. You know, they're great. You know,
They serve their
sometimes
purpose. Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
you know, the ACLU and stuff like that. They're
Mm-hmm.
you know, they're not all, they don't do every, it, you know, it's hit or miss with them.
Yeah.
You know?
Truth.
So you know that, but they backed me up several times, so I have to give them
That's
props,
awesome.
you know.
That's great.
So so anyway, I knew that they were going to give everyone a ticket, and this was like a mass ticketing. This was like 30 people.
Hmm.
You know, no arrest. Nobody had a warrant or anything, and they didn't want to stick around and fuck around with like 30 fucking people, you know. But like, the judge threw it all out because I instructed the lawyer. I was like, no, you have to read the codes and the bylaws. On top of Hippie Hill is a place where you can drink. that you have to get. I wanted them to admit that they were ticketing them, not because it was illegal, because it wasn't illegal to drink on top of Hippie Hill. It was they were giving homeless people tickets because they knew that they couldn't fight them.
Basically,
Because
they were
didn't-
just harassing and targeting people who couldn't fight back.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate that kind of thing. I really do. I'm going to get caught up with the chat if that's all right.
I paid a lot. I paid out like God, I don't know, like $100.
Hundreds. Oh, $100.
$100
That's a lot when you're homeless. That's a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
really
but
is.
I'm pretty smart. You know, I don't
Yeah, I know.
have to beg or borrow. You know,
I get that. I get that. Admiral Teague is warning DJ Ronnie G and the rest of us not to boostify. It's the end for most who use it. Admiral Teague is also wooing Lady Viosthenes, and I'm just joking. I'm not saying that he really is, but if I sing later, I'm going to sing The Love Boat for Lady V, and she's saying, "You better." The Admiral Love Boat is so fun. Lady V is saying something deep and profound here. Freedom is an illusion. It's been this way since the dark ages, dearie. Pat Evans agrees. Admiral Teague sends his letters and emails encrypted into cursive so no one under 40 can read them. And he also chants, "Meet the meth, meet the meth." Lady V. Austinese is sharing with Admiral Teague. She teaches her kids cursive because they only had 2 weeks of it in grade school.
They stopped teaching kids cursive.
Isn't that sad?
That's really sad. But you know, I can see, because like, I mean, kids should know how to do that, but it's not entirely necessary. You know, what I think they should teach kids is keyboarding.
Yeah, if you're not going to teach cursive, then teach them keyboarding. I agree.
You can't read historical documents if you can't read cursive.
Then you definitely have a point there. I would say teach them both if you can. But Lady V, our country's education system is a disaster. Lady V says it's truly terrible in education, healthcare, and food administration. Everyone's saying goodbye to LDG. And there's no such thing as a dumb question. But I have found that there are some dumb questions. And I'm quite capable of asking them.
No, Curtis. I was saying if you don't understand something, that's okay, because there are probably lots of people thinking,
Right.
"What the are you talking about, Toby?" You know, because I have 16 years of school. You know, that's you're going to probably need to ask questions.
Yes.
You know, even the most mundane things. But don't be afraid to do that, Curtis.
I understand. I appreciate you. Admiral Teague, LDG is on to a lot of stuff, but he ain't broken no algorithm. I'm going to stay out of the argument on that one. Pat Evans, I'm really upset here where he lives or they live. I shouldn't assume it's a man or a woman. They want to vax every sixth grader by the end of the school year. And Admiral Teague is sharing the sheep emoji. I can answer that if you spout leftist bullshit, you'll never be shadow banned here. Yeah. And, you know, my leftist friends, I love them, and I would take a bullet for them. But I don't think they have the grasp of.
I wasn't always a right winger.
Well, I have been. I mean, it depends on what period of time, but yeah, I've not always been where I'm at. I'll put it that way.
People thought that was so strange. I shifted to the right, and I was like, you know, they had this judge over here. She asked me, you know, like what caused you to do that? I was like, you did. your attitude, what you do to people, that's what caused me to get more conservative,
Yeah. Well, it seems like things have flip-flopped. It used to be the classical liberals who wanted to protect free speech, and now I don't even know that the labels can be used anymore.
Curtis, I think you're hitting on something there. I don't think any of us moved. I think the Overton window shifted because like lefties of the 90s are now extremely right wing. Because everybody I talk to that says they're right wing, I live in Ohio, a lot of real right wingers here. Like you talking about a judge, right wingers lick the boots of authority. They love it. None of us are right wingers. We're just in that category now.
Because we don't like
yeah, Dan, you're right. They shifted the fucking goalposts because they have this this doctrine of the Democratic Party that you must adhere to, or you're like a far right fucking kook. That's like literally what they think. And like, my neighbor, I'm not going to say her name, but she's always
don't dox anybody.
She's always like repeating stuff that I heard like on MSNBC shorts and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, because we're not supposed to talk about political things because we're very different, but we want to keep it, because I don't want to start shouting in her house, "You're stupid." So like, we don't talk about this, but that's like literally what she thinks. She's been programmed to think these things.
That's Joseph Goebbels, man. Keep repeating it. They'll start chanting the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the substitution for thought. It's from 1984 when they would do their little chant and their 5 minutes hate.
Well, I mean, Joseph Goebbels with the old Third Reich, that's his thing, a lie, no matter how big it is. You say it enough, it becomes truth.
So have you guys heard of Dominic Frisby?
No.
He has a song. Would you guys have the patience to listen to maybe a minute or 45 seconds of Dominic Frisby's "We're All Far Right Now"?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me share this. I won't play the whole thing because of copyright, but I love this song. The first stanza of said song.
Yeah, I've watched that before. It's pretty good.
Love it. So
yeah, and that just goes into what I was saying. They moved the goalpost way far left. These people I was reacting to and investigating their. Newsom is now the governor, and he wants to run for fucking president. I mean, he. Oh my God, I told you about the general assistance scam.
Yes.
Yeah, where two people on general assistance in San Francisco had to have their GA taken away for one person to get into one of those hotels.
Wow.
That's like per month. Like some of those they trade their general assistants for somebody else getting. I mean, it's only like $150 a month. It's not a vast amount.
That's disgusting that they would make them do that. I hate that.
Well, yeah, but nobody knew about it. Nobody know that. So I was like one of the voices, that called this out. That the money that they were spending on encampment sweeps and things like that could be better used if they just built affordable housing for people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did a great job of establishing that the money could have been used so much better.
And like these are some of the people that were making those decisions to bring in all these illegal immigrants. Let them vote. Let them go to college. Give them medical care. Give them food stamps. Give them general assistance and stuff, and just strain the system. That our poor people have. And like whenever I say that Americans will do these jobs, I mean that, because not only was I in that position, but like there are so many other, the fantasy that people want to be homeless. That's
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think that the only ones that quote unquote want to be homeless are the ones with mental issues, and we talked about how that's not even near the majority or even a very strong minority.
yeah, or the drug addicted homeless. They're
Yes,
not
yes,
they're a minority.
yes,
But like 80-90% of homeless programs are simply like rehabs
yeah,
and like halfway houses, and they give you like a month, or in God's grace they might give you 3 months, but that people are having to lie and say that they are drug addicts to get these services,
that's
because the
terrible.
rest of the services are like just 10% of that. And they're giving people, and it's not good for anybody for people to be sleeping, in the parks. It's
Do you
not good
guys
for
know
those
what the
those people.
Cloward Piven strategy is, Toby?
Say that again.
Do you know what the Cloward Piven strategy is?
Oh yeah,
Okay, explain that.
I mean, the gist of it is you intentionally overwhelm a system so it destroys itself with similar to Hegelian dialectic, where you have a predetermined solution. So you just overwhelm all of your welfare systems over there, and then because they want to shift it over to whatever their desired program is. I feel like that's a lot of what's going on in your guys' area. You'll ask for more government.
Well,
We'll
it's
destroy
just
everything, so you come to us to ask for more.
it's I may be just talking about California, but like it's all over the country.
It's all the West, dude. They're
Yeah,
doing it in
well,
Europe right
yeah,
now too.
it's whenever they started talking about all these Democratic counties and stuff during the election that were voting blue, I realized that those were the places that had, and then they were how they were shipping, and these were sanctuary cities and stuff. I realized that those are the places that also have the most homeless.
Yeah. Well, they have the largest social welfare safety net too, and those guys overload all those systems. Chicago, New York, L.A.
Yeah, but we've existed under the strain of this for like over 20 years.
Yeah.
So people don't even see that they've been put out of a job. That
yeah,
the jobs that they are trying to get are filled with people who take less money, who
Yep.
the employer can't be proud of that they work there, because they're not they don't have they don't have they don't have permission to work in the United States, you know and that group of people, that are illegal immigrants, they are a much larger portion of the population than homeless people. You know, if we didn't have them in our way, this would be easier to solve. You know, because there would be open shelter beds, there would be funding for those things, you know, instead of like luxury hotels for for people,
Well, with you guys, had you not started importing so many people, you might just have an open housing market out there and jobs. Like the wages may have gone up organically, but when you keep importing slave labor that lowers the wages and gobbles up all the housing, there's not much for people to do. They become desolate,
destitute.
not destitute, nihilist, and then they seek drugs. Oh, that's the Midwest, dude. Same thing you guys are dealing with.
Yeah. You know, these people have wrecked our country. Now, I'm gonna try to cuss less. I promise.
That's all good. At least, I mean, eventually I am not far from monetization, so there'll come a point where I'll probably try to cuss less.
No, for monetization, it's not odd for gamers to, you know, I watch.
Right. How many
mostly,
subs do you guys have? Peace.
I have. You would ask that. I want to say I have 726 or something like that.
Okay.
So, yeah,
I have 76 subscribers.
The TOS for monetization is like frequent cussing. You're welcome to, like, you're allowed to swear. It's just if you're one of these, you know, throwing the hard R's and doing this constantly, then they'll strike your video. Not for just saying the F word.
Yeah, like I said, you know, it's just it's not, if you cuss in the first 30 seconds of your video.
Yes,
that's also like a minor thing. That's
and
just
if you
for the algorithm.
bring attention. If you start getting a bunch of those, they'll start looking through the AI will look through your whole videos all the time. You don't even want to get on the radar for it. Twitter's like that too.
Yeah, so essentially you say things and that to, you know, you talk to the elite and you call them out on things, and they will do this. This is what they will do, you know. And that type of thing is only expanding. It's,
you know, who we have to thank for all this, Toby?
Okay, Dan.
No, Jake Paul. If you guys remember, or Logan, whichever one did the Suicide Forest video. It literally destroyed YouTube. All the advertisers left. And then more stuff happened, but that was the beginning of the, what do they call it, the great exodus of advertisers. Coca-Cola and all them left.
Yeah, I did notice a decidedly decline in the quality of the ads. I mean, oh my God. You know, every time it starts out with like, and don't poo on me, YouTube, because this is the ads that you're showing me. You said that these ads were all right. You know, they're all like, they have these women talking, and it's obvious. You know, you get, if you know what AI sounds like,
yeah,
you know that this is they're just, you know, matching the lip movements with these words, and then they're like, you know, I used this salt trick, and my man couldn't. You know, you know, he hurt me and everything, and they just go on for like 5 minutes. But like every time I see them, you know, because you can block ads, you know, but like these, and then there are worse. I was just watching like a few minute video that was showing that some of these ads that are being played on YouTube a place that's supposed to be okay for people 13 years old and older, they were showing these where these women were, I guess, advertising their whatever, but they were showing clips of where they were, they were messing with themselves.
Wow.
But they were
Wow.
cropped. It was a cropped. Their vajayjay was cropped out.
Cropped away.
Their vulva area was cropped out.
On
and
YouTube?
and YouTube is showing this to people.
But yet they want to shadow ban us for occasionally having a vaguely right wing idea.
Yeah, you don't want to talk bad about the corona, stuff.
Beer bugs.
My corona. Do 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 do. Admiral Teague is saying that Stream Elements, this is our last warning, Stream Elements. You can give me the silent treatment all you want, but I know what you are all about. Let me know what about Stream Elements, because I can't make up my mind if I want to improve what I'm doing with it or if I just want to get rid of it. Let me know, please, Admiral Teague, what your analysis of Stream Elements is. Everybody tells me it's great. It's not been terribly helpful to me yet, but maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. Lady V says that Stream Elements wants the D. I'm not going to say what I want to say here so that I hopefully don't get blocked. Admiral Teague, Hippie Hill. Admiral Teague will stay upwind if he goes there. No offense meant. Admiral Teague, Lady V, one channel I see it promoting here is nothing but Boostify. And now I'm not sure what he's saying. No, I really am. I've heard that freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Lady V, we are all livestock. We have already been sold 100 times. Admiral Teague, forget keyboarding. Military skills. Lady V, I normally question out loud before doing any research because some answers are very individual. Admiral Teague, correct. I was considered a left-winger, and I actually haven't changed. I was left by the standards of 1995. Lady V is doing a much better job than Stream Elements of sharing people's YouTube channels and Twitter accounts. God bless.
Thank you, lady.
Yes, she's the bomb. Admiral Teague, Frau Goebbels, now she know how to throw a party. See, Darkwoods, and here's Stream Elements
again,
and I'm sorry, guys. I really did. Anyway. Lady V is loving this. Admiral Teague, love you guys. Got to go do his Saturday thing. If you finish up by 1:23 Eastern, stop by. Teague is out. And Lady V, dang it, Admiral Teague gets all the love. Women just can't resist a man in uniform. She's squeezing Admiral Teague and saying, see ya later. One of Lady V's jobs was literally sold to an offshore company that barely spoke English because they were cheaper and wouldn't count for taxes. Quality and service is not a priority to these groups. Lady V is about to start prepping for some pasta for tomorrow and will be listening in the background. When the duct tape fashion show autoplays behind your ASMR at 2 a.m., it's time to turn autoplay off. What?
Yeah, I make a playlist called Tonight that where I put videos that are acceptable to me to be on like at that time, and I don't have to like get up and change it, Because
cool.
Sometimes I'm awake, sometimes, and like I'm trying to sleep anyway.
Yes.
But
yes.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And Real Way Nation, Hail and Well Met, another wonderful creator here. Please check out their channel. They have wonderful gaming clips. Is asking if any of us got shadow banned. He's late coming in, but let's go Celtics, saith Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips. All right, we're caught up in the chat. Huzzah!
Okay, so Dan, did you have anything you wanted to say?
No, I was going to bring up some of the stuff that people might not know is going on with all these companies switching over to AI. I know, I can't remember the YouTube channel, but there's a tech guy that I watched that was talking about Adobe. So if you're a creator or even a large company that uses it, now they have a subscription service. You can't just own their software. With their AI, when you use their software, now they basically own everything that you're working on, every bit of IP that you put in there, and you sign it off on the terms of service. So say you're an artist, movie maker, whatever. If you're working on it in there, it's theirs. And Twitter's doing this, and I'm going to guess YouTube's going to do it. I mean, they already pretty much own your stuff now. But they had done a recent update and added this, and they locked everyone out of the service until they agreed to the terms of service. It was like holding people at gunpoint for it, and every one of these big platforms are switching over to it.
Well, and like I was talking about earlier about Sprint, having the back end where they don't have to get, law enforcement officers don't have to get warrants to monitor your calls and texts. That's something that was explained in the term in the terms. Anytime you signed a contract, you got the terms of service, and that was in it, by the way.
Yeah, it's nutty. Apple's about to do it on the next gen. I'm sure Google's already doing it. Twitter started doing it.
Well, see, to use an Apple computer, it has to have a unique. I mean, I know that most computers have to have, like a MAC address. They have to have an IP address, but like those things can be spoofed. But Apple has a unique ID code for each and every single one of their PCs. So they know who bought that PC. It's like having to register, like you can hardly buy burner phones anymore. You can't get anonymity anymore because the companies who sell these these devices, they won't give it to you.
Yeah. And some of my point in bringing that up is eventually if it keeps going that way and there's no laws or they don't break that up, you're going to upload a video on YouTube and you're not going to be able to monetize it because YouTube's just going to tell you they own your content. Like that's the way it's going, and nobody in Congress or anything's addressing it at all. Like even it doesn't matter the fruits of your labor, they'll just use you for AI. They'll create AI videos of you, and you won't be able to do anything about it. And they'll just shut you out. That's the way it could go.
Is your icon image Fox Mulder?
Yeah. It's David Duchovny with a yarmulke on.
That's fantastic.
I did say he was Jewish,
I'm the curious contrarian on YouTube, but yeah, I have one of the RoboCop with a yarmulke and Tony Soprano house. They're all TV show characters.
That rabbi thing.
Yarmulkes.
Nice. That's fantastic. DJ Play Nice is saying good evening. Just got out of the post live green room from another show. He can now listen to the end, and then we'll catch up the rest of the show with the hashtag replay Q crew. And thank you to the Patriot Act.
Oh,
we love the Patriot Act. Thank you, George Bush, or whoever we need to thank for it.
That's who we have to George Bush.
Some right-wing think tank.
Yep. Well, that's just it. I mean, I claim the moniker of a right winger because of basically because of the frisbee thing, but the truth is, right wingers have had just as much to do with destroying our liberty as anybody else.
Our system is a two-party system for a reason.
The
Yeah.
uniparty, baby.
It's you know, I'm trying to think of the allegory. It's the allegory of the pendulum,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in Hermeticism. You know,
Yes.
it goes back and forth, and that's a totally natural thing that occurs. But what that you know, people like Nancy Pelosi, you know, because I heard it from her lips, what you know, these politicians want is a single party system. That's
Yep.
why they threw so much shade onto anybody that didn't follow their party doctrine and take their voice away in any way that they could, you know. And that's what they've been doing. And people, you know, I hate using the allegory of woke, but you know, some people need to wake up to this.
Woke used to mean that, Toby. That's what woke used to
Exactly.
mean. Not, you know, not let's go with a September day. We all know used to be used to say when people knew about that it was woke. And
You know,
they changed that term. It subverted it.
BLM, but they burned down their own communities. The people that ran the woman that ran BLM took all the money and bought houses. I mean, we know this for these things for fact, you know. You know, we know, and we know where the money come from, you know, and to say that they didn't know what was going to happen, you know, whenever they bust these people, because they literally bust people from town to town,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they knew that what these people were doing in the other places, they were going to continue to do, you know, thus setting an example that they hoped that more people would follow, you know. And that's, you know, that's why they funded that, you know.
You mentioned uniparty. Did you follow what just happened with the Panama Canal and our current administration saying we were going to take the Panama Canal back?
Kind of,
just happened?
sort of, but I, you know, I wouldn't disagree with us taking the Panama Canal.
We did. Wait, check this out. BlackRock bought it. And Trump came out and said we took it back. BlackRock bought it. $22 billion. You can Google it. BlackRock bought the Panama Canal.
So it's okay. I believe you.
Oh,
You know, but like they,
uniparty.
you know, we literally had to take that land by force and put in the Panama Canal.
I know.
You know,
and we just gave it to BlackRock.
Here it is.
It's not the United States. BlackRock bought it, and our president's saying that we got it back. We didn't get it back. That's where all their pensions come from. They run all of our corporations because they have majority interest of shares, so they get the voting powers, all this bridge and DEI. That's where it all comes from, and now they own the Panama Canal. It's an international conglomerate investment firm, and they own the friggin' Panama Canal.
So I have a question. Maybe you can answer.
Yeah,
Dan, how is BlackRock connected to Monsanto?
They probably own a majority share in the company. They own the majority share in almost everything. Almost anything you could think of.
Monsanto owns all these genetic modification labs all
go.
across the country. And we all know what happened with Agent Orange and our troops in Vietnam, and the people, and we can't forget the damage that it did to the people that weren't even in the areas where this stuff was sprayed. You know, this had a lasting effect on the Vietnamese people. You know, not just the burning down of their jungle. and stuff like that.
Hey, look at
You know,
this.
that in comparison to the humanity that these people suffered, you know, because of like Agent Orange, you know, that is like completely wrong. And that's what they knew about all this stuff whenever they were doing it.
Well, you nailed it on the head. The BlackRock Institutional Trust Company has the largest
Everything.
holding of shares. They don't hold a majority according to this.
It's not a majority, but they're like the highest stakeholder.
They are
as
the
far
highest
as,
stakeholder. Yes.
And it's Smith and Wesson. Like they own these anti-gun companies and then they own the gun companies. They own all your soap companies.
It's because fear drives people to buy more guns. There's an equation there. You know,
people talk about the government disobeying the people. This right here, this is the government. I think the Federal Reserve is heavily invested in BlackRock. Elizabeth Warren,
this is what they call the deep state.
Elizabeth Warren,
this is
literally,
the deep state.
yeah. Elizabeth Warren came out because they did the rent-backed pensions for the government during COVID. So that's why they started buying up single-family homes. And she came out, the socialist, crazy nutbag Pocahontas, came out and said, we should make BlackRock too big to fail. That's somebody who's been ranting about corporations and all this stuff for as long as I can remember. Like that company, it's Vanguard, BlackRock, and the State Street. They're all linked. It's scary. They own everything.
We own you at Conglomo.
That's it. Howdy, DJ Play Nice. I don't know if a lot of people follow all that stuff. BlackRock's insane.
DJ Play Nice. My father died of cancer due to his exposure to the Agent Orange, and because of the helicopters, those rifles, they had asbestos rounds on them. So DMSO and DMT. I mean, do either of you know what DMSO is, right?
I don't.
Well,
is it a chemical name?
Yes. DMSO is a chemical that allows other materials to bond with organics.
Okay.
So Agent Orange has that effect. It can make things bond with you, like your clothing and things like that. If you get, even if it's not, on fire, it can make your clothes and whenever, like my dad, he was airborne and they sprayed that stuff because they didn't hit the right place the first time. So they had to come through and do it again. And and I don't believe that they're that inaccurate. I believe that they were just dumping the as much as they could, but like that would make the men, their clothing bond to their skin. And whenever they were laying down cover fire for their insertion by parachuting in, there would be all this asbestos in the air, and that would bond, with them. So it would introduce asbestos in such a way because it's harmful to like breathe in. But like if you've got the right, sort of equipment, you don't need every part of your skin, because your skin can sort of deflect it. But like if you are drenched in this chemical material that allows it to bond with you, it goes straight into your system.
Military is horrible to its constituents.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was a helicopter mechanic, and
they said that Agent Orange was safe. Like,
yeah, safe
they
and
said
effective,
about
right?
several other things. They said it was safe and effective. You know.
A friend of mine's a helicopter mechanic for the Marines, or was. He's medically retired now. But the grease or whatever they use for the rotors, this isn't confirmed, but you can ask if you talk to anybody that did it. Their entire, I don't know what you call it, a regiment of helicopter techs or mechanics, none of them have boys. They all have girls.
No.
Like none of them. Literally, I'm talking hundreds of guys. Every single one of them, not a single boy was born. I don't know how that genetically that doesn't make sense, but he said they know, they as soldiers know about it, and they make jokes about it.
Yeah. So anyway, are we ready to wind this down a little bit? It's been like 2 hours. How do you feel, Curtis?
Yeah.
You want to go on, or?
No, I mean I'm having fun, but at the same time I'm exhausted. I'm so sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Let's go ahead and call it a stream. Let's go ahead and start with we'll start with Dan. Go to Toby. I'll finish up with my own promotions. Acknowledge everyone in the chat and call it a stream. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
All right. I love you guys. You've done. This was a wonderful stream. I appreciate you guys. Dan, what have you got coming up?
Nothing set. I'm just curious. Contrarian on YouTube and Contrarian Dan92 on Twitter. Just make sure you guys hit a like, subscribe, and share, because all that stuff helps the algorithm for these guys, myself included. That share thing, it also helps. Even if you thumbs it down, it doesn't matter. It helps. Any interaction helps. Comments, go back and comment, give a shout out. All that stuff helps YouTube trigger the let's go button for these guys. So,
Well, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. So like I just want to say that I don't necessarily do YouTube to make money. I never thought that I was going to get, 1 million, subscribers or anything like that. That's not why, I make YouTube videos. That's not why I'm a content creator. That's not why I make memes. I want to make people think, and I want people to have a dose of reality. That I mean, I don't want to go to the slums of San Francisco and videotape a bunch of drug addicts, because that's not a whole slice of the homeless picture. That would be misrepresenting it. Because the facts show that the majority of homeless people aren't drug addicts. But I just want to show people a dose of reality, and that's what I've been trying to do with YouTube for years. And it's getting tougher out there. It's getting harder, and if anyone wants to, because I legit think that like I need a little more body armor, nothing that I'm not going to put anything on that can hurt anybody. It's just so that I'm protected whenever I go out, because as we've seen, on other platforms like Daily Motion, these people have tried to mob up on me and things like that. And I mean, not that I have gotten hurt. I was lucky to have a special forces trainer as a father, but like, if y'all could consider, thinking about, praying for me most of all, but like, I have a YouTube, I have a PayPal If you want to give some change to my body armor, and my camera funding and stuff like that, so that I can go out and do more, um, because that's what I want to do. I've spent a lot of money on this stuff, and like, I don't have enough money to get everything that I need, or do everything that I want to do, but if you really feel like you watch some of those first videos of me, no, I wouldn't use ballistic protection, DJ Play Mice, because most people aren't going to attack me with a gun. These are leftists, they're, it's if, no, I don't have
Talking
a carrier.
puncture resistant clothing, correct?
Yes.
Slice and puncture.
Yes. And that's that just keeps me from getting sliced, even though, I know how to handle an attacker. It just gives me a little more, defense. I'm not necessarily worried about people shooting, because I will just run away if people are shooting. I mean, I'm not stupid.
Oh, makes sense.
Not even getting ballistic body armor will. If people shoot you, they empty their mag into you, you're gonna have to go to the hospital before you can walk again. I'm not trying to do that. So, if y'all feel it, y'all could, I'll put up on my channel, if y'all are subscribed or whatever, I'll put the donation link wherever I can put it.
Okay. But if you want to put it into the chat, that's cool with me. So
I don't know it right now.
Oh no, I understand.
I don't want to go and through my PayPal details while I'm in.
I get you. No, I get you. All right. And did you have any videos coming up? Any new book projects or?
Well, if people are on the Darkwoods Presents Discord,
yes.
which thank you, Lady V, for dropping that in the tank earlier. Yeah. If I've dug up some stuff from Evernote, because Evernote is saying that they can't verify me in order to delete my account, because they are making you pay for free services you had before, and they're blocking you from your account until you pay them. Like I just, for a week, I had to pay them like $1, to just to go in there and copy my stuff and delete it off their server. And now they're saying to delete my information, they can't verify me. So it's just, but there's stuff that I dug out of Evernote that I haven't showed anybody before. So y'all be watching, because I'm going to make some YouTube videos of just me narrating those stories, and if you're on the beta reads and stuff like that on my Discord, you'll get them before everybody else, and all of that's totally free.
All right, that is cool. I'm starting a new thing on Sundays called The Voice of Northern Oklahoma, where I'll be sharing some of the news of the location and the locality, and basically trying to essentially just practice at being more professional at doing some of this stuff. I'm going to keep doing Tuesday and Thursday stream. Actually, no, I'm going to be changing it to Monday and Thursday, because Mondays are going to work better with my work schedule. So Monday, I'm going to do a stream where I'm going to announce some positive things about the channel and kind of discuss with the community, where would y'all like it to go? Do you want me to keep talking about politics? Are you tired of me talking about politics? Do you want me to pick a different niche or stay with this one? Haven't come up with a topic for Thursday yet. And then I had been doing every other Saturday, Saturday morning cartoon. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing that or not. I guess that's
it's a little early.
Yeah, that and everybody does it. And people who do it better than I do it. So, which I'm not meaning to whine or anything. It's just part of me is like, why don't I just, let them have that niche in that hour, and I do something else at some other time. So, and I'm going to try to do more watch party for paid and unpaid members. And again, soon there are going to be some fairly exciting things going on. So there it is. Is there anything else we wanted to announce or talk about before I start playing the soft prone and thanking everyone for being here?
No, just thank you to everybody that came in the chat and the people that were on, and Dan and LDG. I appreciate them, and I didn't like cutting y'all off, but like that, we kind of had a show program planned, sort of a little, so.
I still think it was a really great show, though, in spite of
and their input was their input wasn't unwelcome.
Right on. No, I think this was great, but I do get we kind of, maybe I shouldn't have shared the link in there, but I was panicking because I couldn't get in Discord, and that's the only way I have to get in touch with you right now. So
I only clicked it because Toby told me last night. He said, "Come on tomorrow," and I just went to work. So
yeah, it's all good. It's all good. All good. All right. Not that one. That one. There we go. My favorite soft prone music. Well, let's start thanking people. Thank you, Darkwoods Presents, Toby Nixon, for the topic, for the presentation, for sharing all this information about shadow banning and other forms of lovely digital abuse that is basically heaped on us from on high. Thank you, John Ponterero, for your kindness, your support, the links, the prayers. You're always well loved and welcome. Thank you, Connie Cleary, for your support, for your kindness, for your prayers, and all the videos that you share. Wonderful content creator, as is Darkwoods. Please check these people out. Give them some love on their channels. Curious Contrarian, otherwise known as Dan. The Fox Mulder X-Files wielding, yarmulke bearing, science fiction hero of the time. Check out his channel and his content, please. Obviously, LDG Free the Net. Please check out his channel. Thanks for being on the panel and for all the information you shared with us. I cannot wait till you develop that app to free the net. Admiral Teague, thank you very much for coming on here. Another wonderful creator. Please check out his content and channel. Lots of Star Trek stuff, lots of thought-provoking things, lots of watch parties, some very deep and intriguing, engaging content. Enigma Severus, another wonderful creator. Please check him out. He's got not watch parties, but he's got movie reviews. He's got tribute songs. He's got a channel for teaching you how to speak Spanish. Please check out that wonderful gentleman. He also teaches, God bless him, Kapla. Thank you, Mark Malnikov. I don't know if he's done much in the way of creation on his channel, but I know that he was the weapons specialist on the play that was produced that was the Klingon Christmas Carol. And it sounds silly maybe, but it was actually pretty freaking cool. Klingons have no need for shadow banning. Pat Evans, welcome. I hope that you enjoyed being here. I hope maybe you consider coming back, watching a few videos here or there, maybe even subscribing if you feel like that this was something cool that you'd like to watch some more of. DJ Ronnie G, another wonderful creator. Please check out his channel, and he is a great person to be in the chat and to share information. Big Al Presents, the creator of the 10-word review, another wonderful creator, the very first person to ever be in any chat in any of my live streams. Poor guy's never going to live it down. Please check him out. He's probably doing a movie as we speak. And I think Admiral Teague is streaming as we speak. Lots of people are streaming. Lady V Elements, lovely lady and creator on YouTube. She does a lot of Fortnite game videos. Very intriguing person, very deep and spiritual perspective on life. God bless her. And Admiral Teague better sing a good love boat theme to her. I don't know why I'm saying that. I can threaten so many things. Bah! All right. It seems like there's at least one more person. Who else? Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips. Thank you for being in here, for the kind comments. Please check out this wonderful content creator and his spiffy gaming clips. DJ Play Nice. I believe you do some content creating. Please forgive me if I'm mistaken. Check out their channel and show them some love. Give me some love. And hey, Moira Kitty, meow meow, coming in at the end, but the end is better late than never. Wonderful content creator. She does some watch parties. She talks about politics, especially some of the things of Zionism you may not be aware of. Not everything is nice with some of the people that we ally ourselves with. DJ Play Nice, y'all be safe, have fun, carry your guns, and rock! And I guess I'm going to give my spiel and call it a stream. As y'all know, life is pain. It's been said that anyone that tries to tell you otherwise is trying to sell you something. And I, in fact, am trying to sell you something. And meow meow to Moira Kitty. I'm trying to sell you on the idea that you're smart enough and virtuous enough to run your own life. You don't need big corporations or big governments to tell you how to live your life. And lastly, I want you to know, however it may feel, you're not going mad. You're going sane in a world gone mad. Oh, goodness gracious. Gorilla Censored Thoughts. We're getting raided right at the end. God bless you guys. Mikey Susie 4. Welcome. Be Yourself Adventures. Welcome. Gorilla
Thank
Censored
you, Gorilla.
Thoughts. Wonderful people. There's so many wonderful people in this community. Patland Dolly. The Gorilla Raid. All right. Well, thank you all very much. I hope you have wonderful evenings, and I will see you in some other streams tomorrow. Remember, I'll be doing some time in the afternoon. The Voice of Northern Oklahoma. Wait. Gorilla Censored Thought says wait. I'll wait just long enough to see what he has to say. Okay. More are coming. We can wait for a little bit. WTF. Meow, Mikey. Hugs to Larry. Cats give the best hugs. Actually, Cassie gives the best hugs. But she's over on the couch where I'd be showing her.
You geared up for storm season out there, Curtis?
Oh, I'm always up for storm season. My plan is basically to grab my ass with both hands and hang on. All right. You know what? Since people are coming. Actually, I don't know how many are coming. Okay. I'm going to call it a stream. But I do love everybody in here. I appreciate everybody in here. And I hope that you were entertained. Oh, there we go. There's Dan. Now, is this the same Dan or a different Dan?
Not me.
Okay, not me. So different Dans. Okay, because that's kind of who I thought you were, but different Dans. I have to remember that. All right. Have a wonderful evening. Oh, be yourself. I'm coming. Boom. Boom, baby, boom.